Hey everybody, this is David Schooley with the Big John MMA Fight Club. I'm talking with Big John McCarthy. How you doing, John?
Very good, David. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, listen, I always love talking about Invicta, because Invicta, man, you've got all these ladies that just bring it to the cage and lay down some insane fights, and it's my pleasure to bring this up again. So we're talking about Invicta. We're talking about December 7th, and this is Invicta FC number 7. They've had 6 so far, really awesome fights. What do you think, man?
Yeah, Invicta has done a phenomenal job in highlighting women's MMA. They've only been around for a little over a year now, and they put on some remarkable fights, and they've got some really incredible fighters. They got some stars in that organization, and it's because of the girls and the way they've been fighting. They've been putting on shows that people are hearing about, and they're trying to find the fight if they haven't seen it, and then if they're logging into the next show and seeing that these girls can fight. They're not just girl fights. These are true MMA fights by really technical professionals.
Absolutely, yeah. It's amazing. Well, I mean, we talked about this many times, even with UFC lately. Obviously, they're bringing the female fighters in, and it's just it's really doing some great things for the sport. So, and a lot of these girls, I mean, they came up through Invicta, right? So that's a beautiful harvesting ground for all of MMA. So
yeah, you look at a lot of the girls that are in UFC right now. Only has a 135-pound division, but a lot of the girls that are in that division have fought in Invicta. And Invicta was the spot that all the girls are going to be going to. And now you do have the 135s in the UFC, but all the other girls, the place to truly get to as far as if you're a female fighter, the #1 organization is Invicta, and they're all wanting to fight there.
Nice. Well, hey, let's talk about a few of these matchups. There's quite a few fights on the card, so we can't get through all of them, but let's talk about a couple of the top matchups. We've got Barb Honchak, and she is going against Leslie Smith. We've seen both of these ladies come in here, and I know you have actually reffed these ladies several times. So give us a little bit of insight.
Barb Honchak she's the champ, and she deserves it. She had a great last fight against Vanessa Porto, and she really, both of those fighters, I think, were so concerned with the other one's ground games that the fight was more of a stand-up fight, and she controlled the fight. She made the fight, be where she wanted to be, and that's what you need to do to be a smart fighter. And Barb is a smart fighter. She fights out of the Militich fighting system. She has really good trainers that are, helping her all the way. She's a very good athlete, and so that's helping her. She is going up against one of the girls that I think is one of the toughest female fighters there is out there right now in Leslie Smith. And Leslie's a girl that has fought at a lot of different weights. She fought at 135. She fights at 125. She'll take on anyone. Her last fight was against Jennifer Maia, who is a really tough Muay Thai girl from Brazil. She's really got good ground skills, good stand-up skills. And Leslie just kept moving forward like she always does, and just wore her down. And Leslie Smith has done it to everyone. She had a great fight at Invicta, let's say 5, where she fought Sarah Kaufman, who had a contract already with the UFC, and the UFC was letting her fight in Invicta. And a lot of people thought Leslie won that fight. It was a split decision. It went to Sarah Kaufman, but a lot of people thought Leslie won that fight. She is a beast. Raquel Pennington, who's in the UFC's Ultimate Fighter right now, who Dana says is his pick to win the girls. Leslie Smith had a great fight with her. I think it was at Invicta 3 or 4, and Leslie Smith won that fight. And she is the real deal. So Barb Honchak has got a true challenge when it comes to her title with Leslie Smith. She's going to have to fight a very smart fight, a very technical fight, in keeping Leslie in ranges that she doesn't feel comfortable with. But this is a fight that anyone can win.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Every Leslie fight I've seen so far, and I've seen, I'd say about half of the ones on her record, pretty amazing fights, every single one of them. So
yeah, the one thing you can say is, if you can catch a Leslie Smith fight, you will be entertained, because the girl just comes to fight. She is tough.
No doubt.
I love watching her fight. And same with Barb Honchak. She comes to fight. They're both going to go after each other.
Champion at this point, so you can't say anything negative there. All right, let's move on. Carla Esparza, Carla Esparza, and Claudia Gadelha. What do you think there, man?
This was a fight that was supposed to happen before. This was for the, they were both going to go for the title when it was vacant. and Claudia got hurt, and Carla was there. Beck Hyatt stepped in. Beck Hyatt put on a really good fight against Carla. Carla used her wrestling, which she is very good at. Carla is a good wrestler. She has very good positioning, very good body control, and she took the win from Beck, and now she's going to face Claudia, who, if you've ever seen Claudia fight, Claudia, first off, she's as hard as a freaking brick wall.
Yeah.
Got like zero body fat on her. She is a hell of an athlete. She is tough. She had her last fight against Hamasaki, who she just wore out and just started to slowly just dismantle and beat down. And so, again, the champion has got her hands full with the person that she is the challenger in this. This is going to be a very tough fight. Either fighter can take this fight. If you look at it, Claudia is very good at submission. And so you got to ask, is Carla going to want to take the fight to the ground where she usually feels comfortable, or is she going to want to keep it in the stand-up? You don't know. And so this is an interesting fight.
Well, I mean, you have to also think about Claudia is 11-0 right now. She has no losses here. So, she wants to keep that train going. And this is going to be a tough fight, but Carla's amazing. So we'll see, right?
We will. You know what? It's going to be a good one.
Now let's talk Lauren Murphy against Miriam Nakamoto. Man, beast on beast here as well.
I'll tell you what. The thing about Murphy is she has come in and she's got really good technical skills when it comes to fighting, in the clinch and on the ground, and she has worn out some really good fighters. She had a fight with Caitlin Young. Caitlin's a good, solid technical fighter. Wore her out. She beat Sarah Gadelha the last time, and Sarah is tough. Sarah comes to fight. She's strong. She's got a good ground game. She's got a strong stand-up game where she'll take shots to give them. And you know what? Lauren has come out on top each time and has proved that she deserves that undefeated record. But she's going against the best stand-up fighter that Invicta has in this weight class, no doubt about it. Miriam is an incredible stand-up Muay Thai fighter and has learned to keep herself and use wrestling to keep the fight in the standing position. She's had 3 fights overall. She's had 2 wins. The other one was it was a no contest, and that was because of me. She ended up having a fight with Jessamine Duke, and she ends up hitting her with an illegal knee, and so turned into a no contest. Right. But she has destroyed everybody. Duda Yankovic, who was her last fight, was this champion boxer, and she just absolutely destroyed Duda. So Miriam coming into this looks like this unstoppable force, but everybody that Lauren Murphy has gone up against, everyone said, oh, she's going to have a hard time in this one. Lauren Murphy has used that great grappling and clinch game to control the fight and just slowly turn it into her favor. So this, again, 3 title fights in one night, and this one is a very interesting fight.
Yeah, and that's why I hope everybody out there understands when I say beast on beast, I'm saying that with as much respect as possible, because we're talking these ladies come in there, and that's why this one's going to be awesome, because Lauren's not afraid to take a hit. I mean, she just comes straight into it no matter what, and with Miriam's stand-up, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, and a lot of these girls, hey, there's some pretty girls in Invicta. Oh, yeah. And you can be a beauty on the outside, and you can be a beast on the inside, and let it out. So it's all good. Oh,
that's exactly what they're going to see in this card. Let's talk about one more on this card, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. But man, there's so many great fights on this card. I'd love to go through them all, but let's talk about this next one. We've got Felice Herrig against Tecia Torres. Tell me what you know about these ladies, because I think everybody out there needs to know about them.
You know what? This is one of those fights that I can't wait to see, because Felice is a little bulldog coming from Jeff Curran's school, was a good kickboxer, big stand-up fighter, and has learned the ground game and uses the ground game very effectively. She's got a very good top game when she's on top of people. She just is a great fighter. She's a great entertainer. She does everything right as far as getting herself ready for the fight, how she presents herself at the weigh-in. She always wears some kind of outfit. Yep. She'll be Supergirl one time, or Little Red Riding Hood another time. I don't know, but
it's entertaining. It's nice.
Absolutely, to get people to look, and be entertained by her. And Tecia Torres, the little tornado, this girl can fight. She is tough. She stands in the pocket and throws big shots. Her last fight against Rose Namajunas was a phenomenal fight. And Rose is a great fighter who I have the utmost respect for, and I think is going to do big things in this sport. And Tecia Torres beat Rose in that fight. And I tell you what, that says a lot about her skills. This is a fight that's going to be very tough. Felice is coming from, she's a new signee to Invicta, coming out of Bellator. I believe she was undefeated in Bellator, but you know what? She's got her hands full with Tecia.
Yeah, yeah. These are going to be some great fights. Like you said, I mean, there's several championships on the line. Invicta has just been putting on some nonstop phenomenal shows. So any of you guys out there that are watching this and you have not checked out the Invicta fights, you've got to, because it is just awesome fighting, awesome entertainment. These ladies just don't know the word quit. It's good stuff.
Yeah, really, if you want to be entertained in a fight, you got to watch Invicta and give it a shot, because you'll see incredible technical fighting by these girls. A lot of them may not carry the power of, a heavyweight or, a light heavyweight that you'll see in the UFC, but you will see the exact same technical skills. You'll see them throwing beautiful combinations. You'll see them using the ground game, putting on great submissions. They fight, and they fight at an incredibly high level that is a joy to watch.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, this one actually is on live on pay-per-view also. So everybody out there, check your pay-per-view provider for the Invicta FC number 7. It's December 7th. It's going to be awesome. And lock in your predictions on Big John's MMA Fight Club. We want to see what you guys think. Give some comments, and let's get some support to these ladies, these awesome fighters. John, thank you so much for your insight yet again. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, Dave.
Right on.